Diggity, 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 diggity.
It does have a pulse function, but like you'll see me on the ground
Uh,
and seizures.
I think like I'd almost imagine like as far as a streaming setup goes, like the hyper cool gamer one with all the lights is kind of taken. So if instead
Yeah.
you just had like chill backyard,
Right.
or
Yeah.
I was thinking like if I the problem is like I wouldn't want to stream from my living room, but we have a fireplace, so you can imagine having a
Oh,
stream and you got like a roaring fire in the
yeah.
background, like
Some
right, like it
crackling. Yeah.
has the ambiance. Like,
Classy.
I thought so. All right, we got that going across. We are recording and we are live across the web, and we are ready to get rolling. All right, we are live. To Dungeons, to Dragons, one family. I'm gonna find Instagram folks from now on. I'm not gonna do poems too hard. Let's give this another shot. To Dungeons, to Dragons, one family does tread, while another dad decides to the sky he will head. This week, both dads drop back into VR, and Death Stranding was beaten via hoof, bike, and car. Welcome
Woo.
to New Dad Gaming.
That was great. I love it.
I like that one. Hoof, I like hoof because you're hoof. It goes both ways. You got a hoof in it.
Yeah, hoof it.
Or maybe you're on a horse. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, who knows?
Given that as Death Stranding, I was trying to find like ladder, perhaps, but
Oh,
it's a lot
yeah.
of syllables down into a poem.
You did well. No, I liked it.
Can't make those commitments. The adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old.
On this show, each week we try to show that just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.
Man, I almost choked on those ages because they're still. This is right between where they're 3 years apart.
Yeah,
but they're basically 2 years apart. You know what I mean? Like that's what they are. It's just that you get this weird mix. It's like I always bother my wife. I call it Cougar Week.
Oh yeah,
because our birthdays are 1 week apart. But she's like 3 years older than me for 1 week, and I'm like, woof. Oh, just so young. Like, oh my goodness, you really went younger on this one. Huh? She hates that week all week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So for this like series of months, like it's just I have this 3-year gap, and it just throws me the heck off.
Yeah, it's a lot of time at some phases of life. So
yeah, but anyways, we got through it. We're back into it, guys. Welcome to summer. I hope everybody's Gaming Dad summer is going out there. Like real rough talk, we're about halfway through summer, which I hate to say, really hate to say.
That's crazy. Don't say that. Yeah, no, it is not. It does not feel like that.
I know we're a little bit on the previous side of it, but like it's coming up. Yeah. What's your general take on summer so far? How's this summer hitting you compared to previous?
It has flown by. So you said midsummer. It has been kind of crazy, just with timing and everything. Like we're gonna have to start thinking about school again. Which like it's just a lot, right? And I'm just about to take vacation and stuff. Yeah. So like, there's weird time. Like, how are you feeling? Like, what? What's going on?
It's been a blur. Like we've been very blessed. We had my wife's family come and stay with us, and it's been so fantastic. I really do like having family here.
They're outside the door, aren't they? Right? You're just playing
right, it guys. Right, guys who aren't in this room. Wink. Jeff, save me.
Who's filming right now? Are you okay? Blink twice.
No, but it's been so fantastic to have family here. I really do like having family in the group, but it has brought with it, understandably, just it's a bit more chaos in the house. Just more bodies, right. Like more things flying around, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know that summer has been kind of structured in the way that I wanted, where I sort of pictured, okay, this is going to be great because I don't have to make kid lunches. Yeah. I don't have to pick up kids at school. Those parts are gone, so I'm going to be able to like better arrange my time, but it just has not yet transpired, and now I'm looking towards the end of summer like, oh no,
yeah,
all of my best laid plans have gone to waste. Damn.
Yeah. Well, like that's usually the vision, right? You're like, hey, I'll do all these things, and this is how it'll go, and then you start a show and say it's midsummer. So
This is how it goes. Okay, we got to get the kids ready for school.
what?
What? Anyways, hey, gaming dads out there, if you have your own ideas of summer, or if you want to drop a story about how your summer's going, one of the best parts of the show is the letters and the notes we get each week. We try to respond to most of them. Reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to feature any story you have on the show. Now, as we tried to do a little bit of a rough start, but we're still committed to it, is every summer we try to get into Dad's Summer of Beers.
Right.
If for no other reason than giving me and Jeff a reason to go and try a whole bunch of beers.
Yeah.
Which we do like. And again, New Dad Game at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. Suggest ones. We'll do our best to try to find it. You hopped over to a different country to give a sample, and I was curious your take on Warka.
Yeah.
I don't know if the W is silent. Is it Arca? Like what's?
I'm not sure either. It's one of those ones that I've always seen at the store, never really picked up, but I was at a friend's house and this was offered as the beer of choice. And it's Warka Strong by Warka in, I think, Warka, Poland, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of Warkas.
Yeah, Warka. We got
it reminded me of a Chocobo or at least Waka in Final Fantasy X.
Nice.
I don't know why. It just just did, but it is a very strong beer. So I think we talked a little bit last time about, we had easygoing kind of selections. This one is up there. I think it's almost 7%. So it hits you hard. It is very delicious though. Again, at a barbecue, it's been hot and humid here. So it was just like the perfect temp, a little strong, but had like a nice flavor to it. It's a little bit sweet from when you open it.
Okay.
But it kind of backs off as you drink. So I would recommend, if you do see it, it seems to be everywhere. It's like one of those ones that you commonly see, but you never really pick up. But I would recommend like giving it a shot.
So I'll say that like when you brought it up, like I immediately recognized the branding because I think they're going hard in the paint this year.
They must be, right?
Because this was like, unless I'm mistaking it for another one that's similar, like in my area, there's been billboards with this beer featured. So I think like Warka's going real hard this summer to try to make some inroads.
They're going strong, and their Warka strong.
Their advertisement is as strong as their beer. But
yeah.
Sounds like an interesting pickup. The 6.3 is a commitment.
It is.
Not some easy barbecue drinking. But
yeah. It's a little bit tough.
Now, so what I went for is, this is an old beer. Like it's been around for ages.
You were talking about 3-year differences and stuff. You're like, well, this one.
There you go. It is the cougar of beers. No, so this one apparently comes from Alberta, so it is Canadian made. Just called Old Style Pilsner.
Okay.
And for anybody, like, I'm not sure if this has penetrated the States or not. So for any folks who are kind of coming north, perhaps like check it out if you're interested. Although, like as far as Canadian beer goes, this isn't like the one to specifically seek out.
Right.
And I kind of knew that going in. But the reason I wanted to try it is much like Warka, that we're seeing that everywhere. This is just one of those beers, and I think gaming dads will probably relate as far as their locals, where for some reason something takes off. In some ways for no good reason. Like I can kind of think of like for Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Right.
Which is a fine beer, by all means, but just all of a sudden it became this cultural phenomenon in a way, like where it gets talked about all the time. So when last time I took to Toronto, I saw this advertisement all over the place. And this is weird because this is like your dad's beer. This is not even your dad's. This is your uncle's beer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like, oh, this is the cheap one that my uncle buys all the time. And it just started to show up everywhere. So seeing it in a store, I'm like, okay, let's check what all the fuss is about. And the fuss is about the cheap price.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The beer's fine. Totally competent. It's a Pilsner. It's just, you wouldn't particularly seek it out, but it is like one of the cheapest offerings. And that's what this thing's all about. So
yeah.
If you've come to Canada, this isn't the first thing you try. But the swag is pretty cool. Like it's a pretty iconic type of look to it. Like they have not changed the branding, and then like they'll sell shirts and like hats and sweaters with that type of like strong branding to it. It's just a good time. What can I tell you?
It's not your first choice, but it's like a good backup.
It's a wonderful spot to get. Hey, so gaming dads out there, if you have a beer recommendation, we'd love to hear from you. Send it at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. So a bit of a gaming dad success. You defeated a game. You actually beat a game. How fantastic! Like,
right?
never particularly happens. Hardly happens on this show.
It really doesn't.
You managed to do it, and congratulations. Why don't you walk us through your actual completing of Death Stranding or Dad Stranding or Dad Travel Simulator 2000?
Yeah, again, this is one of those semi-cozy games. I think I talked a little bit last week about like there are some stressful moments, but I had a great time with this, and I think again our kind of agreement of just playing through a backlog and kind of seeing what you can settle into allow me to focus on this game, and I played through this thing nonstop. It was just something that I just grabbed a hold of me, got hooks in me, like about 8 hours in, and I just kept going. And there's a lot of dad elements to this. You are hauling, right? Like you're hauling stuff like you would from the car door to your front steps, but also there is like a kid involved, and the kid kind of there's like a kind of a dad story that kind of develops out that like an adoption kind of idea, which is interesting because there is like it's Hideo Kojima. He has a way of connecting things in like a roundabout way, so like not giving away any spoilers.
That's being pretty charitable.
Yeah. It's
all the stories creative.
Right, unique. So yeah, if you have the time to kind of sit down with this, it is again sessionable. You can do like a couple deliveries and then kind of move on, whatever. So I beat it. It was great. I will say from a dad warning perspective, it will want you to buy the next one because it kind of leaves like, oh, something else could happen. And now I know there is a sequel already out there. So I kind of want to just go right into that one. But also warning is that in true Hideo Kojima fashion, he doesn't really respect your time at the end of it. Like the end credits were like 3 end credit scenes, and you kept thinking that they were over, but they're not. And you're playing it, so you have to kind of like figure out what's going on, and it's very confusing. And I had actually had to look it up. I'm like, wait, like, do I have to like, because he will end the game but not end the game. And I had to look up, okay, am I doing something wrong? Am I gonna miss the true ending? Like it's just like what's going on. So I had to do a little bit of research and come back to it. So for anybody else that's kind of stuck on the end of this thing, feel free to look it up because other people are like, what is going on? I don't understand.
So what is your now desire to jump into the second one? So you finish this one, and because what I've found, especially like if you're doing games sequentially or jumping into a game that now has a sequel, even like 3 of them, but you're starting at 1, you'll finish 1, you'll be like, I'm kind of full for now, like this is kind of enough. Or it's like, I want more, give me more, like let me jump into the next. Like where are you finding yourself having just finished Death Stranding, the first one, knowing that the second is out?
Yeah, so I'll frame it like I wanted to take a break, like that first kind of like, oh, I've had enough. But I tried to start up another game, and I'm like, you know what? I want to go back to that world.
Because like you're in Fallout 4, you're like, this isn't Death Stranding at all.
Right? There's nothing here. I can't deliver all these packages. Yeah, it's kind of got me hooked. So I am looking for more, and I don't think I've ever had an experience where I finish one and go right into the next. I'm usually like a little bit of FOMO when I have those new games already, and like you have to wait 3, 4, 5 years for the sequel to come out. God of Wars, Final Fantasies, all that stuff, right? So this is right here, Trevor. It is right here, and that sequel is just staring down at me, and I could go back into that world.
Just waiting. What a year for this to happen.
Right?
Yeah, we're close, man. We're close. We're halfway through it. I don't. We'll see if it breaks you. We'll see if like you'll be able to hold strong until the end
We'll
of the year.
see.
Maybe some sort of surprise Steam summer sale will come up with it, like at $20, the new one.
Maybe.
What's a Jeff to do?
What's the Jeff to do? That's right.
Well, awesome. I will say, like, I almost wish I had it. Not almost. I wish I had it on my backlog.
Yeah.
But never touched it, never bought it, so I just do not have it, because the more you see of it, especially like the reviews of people just traversing and coming up with the most nonsense, silly ways to deliver their packages, like it's just so. I can't believe Kojima. Like it's just really hard to place him as far as video games. Like it's just the most. What you think it'd be these tiny indie little experiences like done at a game jam. Like, oh, imagine if you had to like cross a weird traversal mechanism with like backpacks.
Yeah.
Except that it's this massive AAA game.
Right?
And he gets away with it. I cannot believe he just keeps getting away with it.
He does get away with it, and he makes it work. And just a small little note with this one. I won't spoil it, but like he gives you all these tools to traverse the world and connect people, right? And then near the end of the game, you lose all those tools and you have to rely on people that have played the game to connect you. So they leave equipment behind and you're at the mercy of what that equipment is to help you through that next kind of part, which I found really interesting. I'm like, oh, so people can really just not help you at all.
You can really just get messed up.
Yeah, right. Experience that humanity, but no, people are very generous. So it was just again, Hideo getting away with whatever crazy idea kind of hits and making it work.
Love it. So I don't know. Love to see it. Congrats on the actual completion.
Yay! Yeah,
it did. And they have to try to find what can fit Jeff's Death Stranding sized hole in his heart for the next title.
That void, right?
Gaming dads have ever had a similar experience with a game and not sure if you get into the next one, or have you played both of these? Love to hear from you at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. Now, for anybody watching us recording live or watching the YouTube playback of this video, you will notice that Jeff is very much in some mood lighting.
I am.
It is a different vibe. Like it really changes your presentation. And why don't you describe, or why don't you explain, as Jeff randomly changes light like a 1990s disco?
Yeah.
Why don't you explain to the good people why exactly you are in this colored dungeon and what has transpired?
Yeah, so it was my 15-year-old's birthday, and usually we're waiting on him to kind of figure out what he wants to do. We've decided that there's no more parties after like 12. We kind of like said, okay, you can hang out with friends, go to a movie. That's still a thing. We'll support that, but no play date parties, right? Yeah. But he's like, would it be okay if I, brought over 5-6 of my friends and we do D&D? So normally, Trevor, that would be like that sounds sure, right?
I got
Problem, Trevor. Is that it would have to take place in our basement, which is the basement of storage of things for about a decade now. So the deal was that he has to put in the effort along with some help to figure out the space, clean it up, make sure things go back in the spot so that there's enough room to do things, right?
Fair. Harsh, but fair.
He was all about it. So he put in a good, I want to say 2 days.
More than you expected to a bad degree. Because sometimes these like dad things where it's like, all right, well, as long as you clean up everything, then you can get it.
Yeah.
And then they do. You're like, damn it.
That was the thing, right? Like I thought he would forget, to be honest. And then it would be a lesson, right? Like, oh, you didn't put in the effort, you don't get the thing. Nope. He was all about it. He put in a good 2 days worth of, 2 days kids time is like infinity.
Yeah.
Cleaning up, we moved tables around. We put in these LED light strips. Like I wanted to do up all the atmosphere. Like you can have control with your scenarios and stuff. We'll get the tables out all connected.
So cool. Nice.
Got a little mini fridge I had since college, which maybe you remember. Like
I think we drank out of it. Yes.
Right.
Making an appearance. You love to see it.
Yeah, booted that thing up. Still works. Slammed it with pop and snacks and stuff. So set up speakers. It was a great time. They were down here for about like 5 hours continuously doing a D&D session, and they were having a blast.
5 hours, man. That's impressive. That's a good little session.
Yeah, it was all
Really?
afternoon. Ordered
Hmm.
pizza for them.
That's
It was a
amazing.
great time.
So how has it come about? Was it because I think your kid was introduced to it
Yeah.
and he's just taken to it? Does he have a friend that is being the dungeon master? Is your kid the dungeon master? Is that is a fairly difficult job. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious how they're navigating that. I don't know if you have any details.
Yeah, my kid was introduced through some mutual friends, and then kind of like we went out to some library sessions where they had D&D starter kits, and then
Okay.
his friends, sure enough, have more D&D experience. He is the DM. He is the dungeon master.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to take that on. He said to me, like on the side, "It's a lot of work, Dad. Like I had to read all these rule books, and then you don't get it, and yeah, I had to go on YouTube and figure out and watch some, like, playthroughs and stuff, and then it finally clicks,
Mm,
right? So it's a lot of work. Like, it was like homework, Dad. I'm like, "Okay, alright." And now he's the DM where, part of that role is to make the scenario, set the atmosphere, and then people, come over, bring the snacks,
mm,
and you have a great time, and so far, it's been worked out. It's kinda cool to see him have a group of friends and do this
mm.
consistently because it has been going on every Sunday. He's at a friend's house. Everyone rotates hosting, and this one just happened to fall on his birthday. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a good time, man.
It's just it's fascinating that this thing has come back around. I'm trying to think about like the series of event. Like I don't know if like we have the B roll we're currently playing is with Critical Role.
Yeah,
I can't sit here and say that they were the first to do it, but they're definitely the most prominent, including like a Prime adaptation, which is really quite good. If anybody does watch it, it's fun.
it is fun. It is a good
Um,
movie.
yeah. Then there's like the McElroy brothers who had a really popular Adventure Zone. There was like they just started to hit. There was Stranger Things
Yeah,
that really like delved into it. And I was like Dimension 20. Like it's just like all these things started to hit. Which, by the way, if you can watch Brendan Lee Mulligan or Munn,
I think I think it's Mulligan, right?
it feels like as soon as you say Mulligan, I'm
Now
like the
you
golf
have
turn.
to Google
No,
it.
gotta Google it.
But you're right. Everything's kind of coming out.
Brendan
Baldur's Gate
Mulligan.
3, all that stuff. Mulligan.
Yeah, if you ever a chance to watch Brendan Lee Mulligan DM a session, like it's wild as far as inspirational, like how it can be done.
Yeah.
So here we are. It's fascinating to see this can come back around, and especially in a time where there's this concern about connectiveness, in-person experiences, everybody being too online. You just
Yeah.
kind of see this kind of quiet, subtle growing of this offline paper activity where like let's get in real life and roll some actual physical damn dice and like see what we can do for stories. So that that is so
Right.
cool.
I do want to amp up the setup because I saw a bunch of YouTube tutorials on like hanging a projector off the ceiling and projecting the map
Hmm,
on the table. I'm like, oh, okay, like I really want to go down this rabbit
that's
hole.
pretty.
I don't know how to play, but I'll do the setup part.
You're gonna be in the background with aluminum foil when it
Yeah,
comes down to,
yeah.
and then there was some lightning.
Dry ice. I'll be like underneath
Thanks,
the
Dad.
table.
Oh, yeah, keep us posted. I think that stuff is fantastic. I'll be curious to see if my kind of kids also like dip into it as they come more of that age. But hey, gaming dads out there, you playing D&D, playing it with your kids? Love to hear from it. Let us know. Now, in the exact opposite, you can't go more opposite than this.
Right.
But in the VR world, so completely non-real life, in the
Yeah.
virtual life here, I had an interesting week with upgrading my setup. So from my end of things, everything this week was kind of
Okay.
tech related. So one was like there's a third D in D&D that I'll talk about in the next segment. But other than that, it was all about the Quest, specifically the Quest 3 and Xbox gaming on it.
Right.
So what I had found, because so as listeners of previous episodes might have known or recall, is that I've been kind of reduced down to a gaming cubby in my bedroom because of the family situation.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
keeping it in my house, so like I've kind of just had a little setup in my corner of my bedroom, and that's where I play now. And I have a PS4 with an NHL 19 2017 hooked up to my Quest 3 on a 100-foot board. And I started to check out game streaming on it, but I was always finding it was lacking.
Right.
But what ended up happening is that because of the amount of people, the internet really did start to lag. And one of the things that I realized is that I have this like mesh network with Eros where it's just a repeater that you can put through the house, but I had kind of a previous version only about half the speed. Amazon Prime Day comes up. Hey, these things are super cheap. My internet sucks and through the house. Let's go ahead and get an upgrade.
Right.
And oh my, well, like what an upgrade it was. It's like, I've been living like a caveman, apparently, without internet.
Okay.
Like I might as well have been setting stuff with like smoke signals. This nonsense was so slow. So I proceed to set it up, like, and now everybody's happy in the house, much better internet. And more interestingly, in a way, is that the Quest streaming for Xbox has been like fantastic. So like one of the things I did to test it was I was streaming on the Quest with a Switch controller of all things. So just welcome to this weird, wild future.
Yeah.
But I was playing Tony Hawk.
Oh,
which doesn't count as a good new game because I've played the hell out of that game before.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on the backlog, but like because I was curious to see the lag on it.
That'll test it.
That'll hurt it. Like now I can't imagine I'd be having pro level scores, but like it felt like real snappy all of a sudden. And man, I don't know, something about having it is a very tiny little Venn diagram of people who would listen to our show and also have a Quest and then also have an Xbox Ultimate subscription.
Right. Okay. I see where you're going. Yeah.
But I would implore any segment of our audience who happen to be in that perfect nexus of those three things to definitely check out streaming on the Xbox, because it's just the size of it and the scale of it and something so freeing in a small way of just having that controller and this floating screen, whatever size you want, as opposed to like TV and everything else like that. And then just the locality of it. You want to be downstairs and do it great. Basement, upstairs, like on the deck, just don't look directly at the sun. That breaks your Quest 3.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating. And it's, if anything, it's more, again, one of those wow moments of, I used to have this splitter for my television because it had an old school connection on the back, and I used to have to hit this switch and then connect these two dongles to this one dongle that would switch to the TV, and then you walk up and you chunk your television set to the third channel, chunk. Now I'm going to play a game, and now I got a TV strapped to my face that is remotely playing a game in, like, probably from Mexico. Like, I don't know where the heck this thing is based.
Yeah.
So damn, man, like it's crazy being in the future.
That is in the future. You gotta, like, again, remember, like, that remote for those type of TVs probably weighs as much as the VR that you have strapped to your face with the whole computer in it.
Yeah.
And it is kind of mind-blowing how much you can have at your fingertips at any one point. I will say, like, I do want to give that kind of stuff a shot on how to stream it to the set. Are you wired in, or is it just completely streaming? Like, it's just...
So what do you mean, for like for the data, or for the what part would be tethered?
Well, if you're not tethering to the console at all, right? You're just strictly off Game Pass.
And just even to the browser. It's not even an app.
Oh, okay. It's even through the browser part. All right. Okay.
And it just goes up. Like, you hit this Xbox app, but I think you save it as a brauser, tab in particular, and then it just becomes like this like micro app, and it just goes in, connects to your controller, Bluetooth connection to the headset, and it streams. And I think anything over a half a gig connection, or even like probably slightly less, does fine. And like, man, the whole library, it's crazy.
See, like, so I probably can't do that with a PlayStation, but I can remote play if I get that set up and then go back into Death Stranding. I'm just saying those mountains could be like mountains.
They could fill up your entire room.
That's right. Okay. All right.
So just want to put that's the future I'm living in. It's just it's an awesome moment of like just everything coming together for tech. And I know, like, it's again sort of a weird Venn diagram of all those things kind of existing. Good enough internet, Game Pass, Quest, 2's fine, 3's better. All those things coming together, but damn, when it does, like, the stuff starts to sing. You can see some really interesting promise for where we're going.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now the other side of tech, and this is entirely not game related, but if you've ever wanted to look like a 3D avatar from
I have wanted that
from Grand Theft Auto 5, then this is for you. So one of the so we again like it all in some tiny way feeds back to family, because we're going on a series of adventures and there's going to be a whole lot of us. And one of the recurring themes of most of our outings is, wouldn't it be nice if we could get a nice shot of us all together? Right. Thankfully, most people are quite nice and you can bother them like, hey, can you take a photo? Can you do this stuff? But with all these adventures we go on, all these like trips and things like that, wouldn't it be kind of cool to get some different shots? So I took this gamble because I'd seen some footage, or actually this was interesting. On a motorcycle journey I'd taken, we ran into just another biker, and all of a sudden we just heard this like buzzing behind him. Right. It's like, oh, hey, cool bike, nice to meet you. We're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And it was a drone that was just following him.
Okay.
Like, and just entirely autonomously. And of course, like, we're bewildered. It's like, what the heck is this? He's like, oh yeah, this is the DJI Neo. He just tapped his button. No, you don't have to connect it to anything. It just checks who you are and then bolts up and flies, and it'll just like follow you around.
Interesting.
So this thing is an entirely like very consumer friendly autonomous drone, and you can get a controller. You can control it through your phone. You can do like whatever, like many different things with it, right? But one of the better things is that you can just take the drone by on its lonesome, choose a setting, and it'll just fly. One of it is follow. So it registers you, and then you just like walk away, and it just like kind of follows you from behind. So as you are like walking up towards a cliff or something to like kind of see the view, like there it all is. There's something called this like photo in place mode where it's just like, okay, stay here and take a photo of us. And it does that. There's another one where it's like it zooms out. So kind of think of like a boom shot where like slowly the camera just like goes away. Like it just goes away from you and your group, and then comes back and then takes 2 videos. One's like a rocket, so it just like shoots up in the sky and shoots down. By the way, if you have a bald spot like I do, not the greatest looking angle, but
you're like, no, don't go to the aerial shot. Come back down.
I knew I had a bald spot, but I will say, like, until the drone was like doing it directly from above, it's like, oh, come on, like this sucks. This sucks. This footage is getting deleted.
All the birds are looking down at this. Like, what's going on?
I am blinding local aviation. It's brutal. Anyway, so so I got it as like what I would call like a joint birthday gift for my wife and I, because I like tech. Like, this is fun. Like, I was flying around. This is great. But for her, she so badly wants to take photos of the family all the time, and it's just awkward to try to find people or maybe know he's around, and just like we want to get shots all together, and especially with like the extended family here. So this has been an attempt to this entirely autonomous thing. Hey, scoot off over here, take a shot of us all together, and have a nice family moment. And thus far, like, it's pretty sweet, man. Like it works surprisingly well. I guess if anything, the reason I'm saying is I'm just excited about it. Like, I think it's like super cool and interesting.
Yeah.
But again, for like other dads who are having these sort of moments, like, wouldn't it be cool to capture a moment, like have something flying around 360 and capture us like playing together to record those precious moments?
Right.
Like, this would be an option.
Yeah, my mind went to more jokes and be like, okay, well, like, dad wants to take a nap. Here you go, drone, follow my kid around. As like this robot helper.
Hey, drone, keep an eye on my kids. Make sure they don't go where they're not supposed to.
It just buzzes around. And then you get to view the videos of 360s of them jumping off a cliff or something. I don't know. But no, that sounds pretty cool. Again, it looks very compact from the videos that we're seeing. I was thinking it was more like, we talk about old TVs, like the size of that lifting up in the air, but these things are relatively tiny.
Yeah, no, it is small. It's compact. Like, I got this little carrying case for it just because in the moment of like, and it already had it happen where like we're walking around with everybody. I think it was at soccer, and it was, hey, like, let's take a quick one here. Let's all take one together, and like like button, no like controller or setup or anything. Pressed it, it shoots off, and we get this like awesome family shot, all of us together, and we get to like keep that forever. So it's super, like, it's meant to I mean, you shouldn't try to crash it, but I just mean they built it to be a little bit tough, fairly light. Yeah, doesn't break the bank necessarily. Like, it's not cheap, but like, you're talking it's like in the 2 to 200 range or so.
Right.
So okay, you're not talking thousands here.
Yeah, no.
Just an interesting, basically like an interesting addition to the family repertoire as far as like you're out and about and you want to capture some of those memories.
Yeah, no, that's a cool hookup again for anybody that kind of wants to capture those shots and You either don't want to talk to strangers or there's no strangers around. I don't want you to like go through my photos. Like, no, stranger, just I'll have my robot do it. Thanks.
Yeah. And then for the kids, as far like you can either control it with a phone or like you can buy controllers and stuff for it. Like, and that's just like fun, right? So it's built to be user friendly, so you can just get your kids to like zoom around. They'll like this type of stuff.
You're gonna go do like drone fireworks, aren't you? Like,
what can I tell you?
Pretty sure.
just skyrocketed into the sky. What's the worst that could happen? Hey, everybody, we'll wrap it up there for the week. Thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the show, like do reach out to us. Like as we mentioned a few times through the show, like one of the best parts about this is talking with the audience, speaking with each other, learning your gaming stories, watching Jeff live as he swaps through 100 colors in his new Technicolor Dungeon and Dragon plays. So anything and everything, any story, questions, thoughts, your own reviews, we'd love to hear it from. Reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. If you did like the show, what really helps us out is if you go to any of the podcasting networks, Google, Caster, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, anywhere where you find podcasts, and look for New Dad Gaming. Give us a subscription, and even better, if you give us a like or a rating, really helps boost the show to other drone dads. Hashtag drone dads.
Hashtag drone dads.
And maybe a few gamers. What can I tell you? Once again, thanks for listening. Until next week, my name is Trevor. I have drones, I have kids, I have extended family, but most notably a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, and rolled a D20.
Ooh, critical. Critical miss. Until next week. Oh, all right, man. See you next week.
See you later.